See, in our previous tutorials, we talked about how we began to define the material properties, and then how we define some of the frame sections and then the slab sections of this building. Now, having done that, in these tutorials, what we'll be covering is how to begin to model our building, which involves the modeling of our columns, the modeling of our beams, and that of our slabs. So that is what we are going to see in this particular tutorial. Right, so let's go in details. Now, one of the things I would like you to see is that if you check our AutoCAD drawing, our general arrangement, you will notice that the arrangement of the columns at the floor plan is different from that at the roof or at the other floors. Now, if you check out here, we have at this side A1, our column is placed at this intersection of A1, B1, E1 and F1, and it goes through all these, and you can see the arrangement here. Now, coming down to our roof beams, this is our layout. We see that we have only 3 columns here, 3, 3 and 3. So in ETABS, the way we are going to do this is that we are going to be working on what we call one story, all story or similar stories. Now, if you want to apply the changes, now if you want to place columns from our first floor, maybe you want to take it from our ground floor to our first floor to have a similar arrangement, then we have to select one story. We just want it to apply only to that story. Now, if you want the effect to take place in all the stories, like placing a column here is going to carry it from the ground floor down to the roof, we are going to select these all stories. But in this case, let's be working on the one story. Alright, so looking at our grid lines here, and another thing that we are going to use this set plan view. We want to set the plan view to our story 1. That is where we want to start with in the modeling of our columns. So click on this story 1, click apply and click OK. So now you can begin to model your columns. But before that, let's look at the arrangement of our columns in ETABS drawing. As you can see, the columns are placed here at the intersection of A1, B1, E1 and F1. So in our ETABS drawing, what we have to do is that at this toolbar here, you click on quick draw columns. Now when you click on that, a property of object dialog box will pop up, which will prompt you to select the property of the structural element you are to model. And now we already defined that to be C225 by 225, which is our columns. Now, having selected that, we have to find our grid points to place our columns. Now, at this point of A, we are going to place a column there. Then, looking at our AutoCAD drawing, at B1, we are going to place another one there. And then at E1, we are going to place another one here. And then we'll place at here. So the same thing goes here, here, and here. So I'm going to fast forward the videos so that we complete these tutorials. Okay, in this particular place, we can see from our drawing, just be sure that the exact location this column is, that is the same way you are going to place it in your ETABS drawing. So we are not going to place it right here at grid point 4. We are going to put it here at grid point 4C. So we put it here. Put it here. Please always take note of the general arrangement in AutoCAD while placing your structural element. Now, you should always know that don't close this dialog box while you are placing your objects. So after you are done at this particular region, then click on the close option. And as you can see in our 3D view display windows, this is our modeling. Now, if you look at the top of this standard toolbar, click on the extruded view toggle. When you click on here, you can now see it in the 3D form, our columns at the ground floor, taking it to the underside of the first floor. Now, to clear this, just click on that again, the extruded view toggles, and it goes back. So having placed our columns at that story, we are going to move to our next story, which is going to take the columns from the upper side of the first floor down to our roof levels, and this is the general arrangement of it. But let's go back to our tabs, and then at this set plan view, you are going to click on it, then go to story 2 and click apply, then click on OK, and then it closes. So the same thing that you did there, that is the similar thing is going to happen here. So go back to your AutoCAD drawing. Here the columns are placed at grid lines 1, A1, D1, and F1. A1, D1, and F1. So repeat the same step by going to quick draw columns. Then make sure that your columns dimension is selected as your property model. Click on A1, click on D1, click on F1. You have to repeat the same thing throughout. Now after you finish placing your columns, then close the property of object dialog box, and then click back your select object. Then go to the 3D display windows. Then you can extrude view toggle to see your columns arrangement. So the next thing we are going to do now is going to be the modeling of our beams. Then later on, we'll now go to see the modeling of the slabs in our building. So what we have to do now is, let's go back to our story 1, and that is where we are going to start the modeling of our beam, story 1. So make sure it is selected, click apply, click OK or close. Let's go back to AutoCAD drawing. So in the AutoCAD drawing, we are going to load the beams, arrange it this way, the way it is here. Please be very, very careful while modeling your beams. Make it look as the way it is presented from the general arrangement. Go back here, then at this toolbar here by the side, look for where it's written quick draw beams or columns thereabout in plan and 3D or elevation. So click on it. Then make sure you select the properties here to be beams, and we already defined it while we were defining our frame section. So click on beams, then our beams property comes up. So to model our beams, you have to select it this way, and you notice that when you are placing it this way, it may take longer time for you to model your structure. So all you have to do is to highlight from this intersection of the column down here, then leave your mouse button. Okay, then you do the same thing from here down to here, and then from here to here. Let's check back our AutoCAD drawing. As you can see here, there is no beam crossing here. It's only crossing from here to here, from here to here. So let's model it here, and then we model it here. So we've done that for our floor, this story 1. Now close your dialog box here, and as you can see, it has reflected in our 3D views here. Now we are going to go back to the set plan view. Make sure that the plan view display window is active. Right, then you go back to set plan view here, click on it, then go back to story 2. We are going to model our beams in our story 2. Click on apply, then click on OK. Now back to our AutoCAD drawing. Looking at the AutoCAD drawing, we are going to place our beams in this manner. We go to tabs and click on beams, quick draw beams. Make sure beam is selected, then draw your beams. So we are done with the modeling of our beams at the roof story. Now to check it out, you can rotate your building using your mouse wheel, holding down your shift key to rotate this. And also, if you want to see the rendered view of this, just go to your view tab at the menu bar, but make sure that the 3D view display window is currently active. Then click on show rendered view. So this is it. You can see your structure. This is your building. We can see that all the columns and the beams have been placed in their respective positions. So the next thing we are going to do now is to model the slabs. And also we should take note of this region, which is going to be the placement of our staircase. And remember that when placing staircase are going to be placed independently of our structures. So to take note of that, our staircase is going to place within this panel here. As you can see, it's going to be placed here. So while modeling your slabs, make sure that you have not covered this region. You should place your slabs on all the other panels. So let's go back to our structure. Then make sure you go back to your set plan view, go to your story 1, click apply, click OK to close. Then you go to your slab option. Now to quickly draw your floor, you can either click on here. When you click on here, then you have to select your slab thing that you defined earlier before. You define it as S15, which means the thickness of the slab should be 150 millimeters. Now you notice that when you hover your cursor around this region, is going to select only the regions of the grid lines here, of the grids. Now if you want to, we have other ways of placing these slabs. If you don't want it to be this way, other options is like making it be in rectangular form, where you can pick a point and drag it over to other points, and then you place your slab. Or another option is by using this, but this happens when you have irregular shapes of your floors, maybe a cantilever slab protruding out of a building and you want to make it in a curvature manner. So that is when you have to use all this. But in this case, the slab we'll be using for this is going to be this method, the draw rectangular floor. And we are going to draw our first floor from here to this point. Then we'll do the same for all other panels. You take it from here down to here, and you do the same thing. Make sure that it matches at the intersection of these columns, and then move it over to this point. Alright, so that is our slab, and we've modeled our slab at that particular story. Now click on close. And if you go back to your rendered view by going to views, show rendered views, you notice that we have modeled the floor of our structural members. So this is the rendered view of our 3D building. That's how it's going to be, and the column is going to be placed at this region. And also, if you are using this extrude view toggle, then you want to switch back to your default state, just go back to the box and then click on it, and it goes back to its initial state. Right. And I also urge you to get familiar with these tools. Now by default, you may not be getting all these tools if you are starting out ETABS at the beginning. While I got all this is because I had to manually select all the tools to display in ETABS. Alright, so in our next class, we are going to see how to assign our different live loads and our dead loads to all these members. Now, our building, right now we've modeled our building, but we don't actually know the loads that are acting on our structure, such as the load acting on the beams and the loads on the slabs. And alright, in our next classes we are going to see that. So thank you very much for participating in these tutorials, and I wish to see you in our upcoming tutorial.